Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our show, please like and subscribe.
And hit that notification bell.
We're also on Instagram at TWiN, and you can also find us on X. Prince Harry has the nerve,
how dare you,
to think he is going to extend an invitation to his brother and dad, King Charles and Prince William, to the Invictus Games that is going to take place in the UK. Now, of course, this is from People magazine, so take it with a grain of salt. We also know that People magazine is Harry and Meghan's mouthpiece. So what they're trying to do, I personally think, with this article is make Americans feel like, see, he keeps trying, and they just don't, want to do anything to be with him at all. They don't like him. Put my glasses on to read. Prince Harry will invite Prince William and King Charles to upcoming Invictus Games in the UK. The Duke of Sussex hopes that his family will attend, a report said on June 22nd, after he voiced desire for reconciliation. Prince Harry is estranged from both his father, the king, and brother, Prince William, but recently said he would like a reconciliation. Good for him. The adapted sports games that he set up in 2014, okay, that's not true, Royal Foundation did, are reported to be a key moment, and it's hoped by insiders that the relations will have thawed enough for members of the royal family to join him at the 2027 events in Birmingham, England. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. You won't even see Mike Tyndall there. Sorry, guys. Not going to happen. The Mail on Sunday quoted a source on June 22nd calling it an olive branch and saying that Harry 40 agreed that his family should be invited.
Oh, well, thank you, Harry.
So nice of
That's
him.
so sweet.
Invictus hopes the royal family will come along to support the wounded veterans taking part. They do it in their own way
The
every
own
day.
switcheroo.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, we hope they'll be there for the veterans at least.
It's not like the royal family does anything for veterans,
No.
365 days out of the year.
No.
Harry is hopeful his father will set aside their differences to attend the Invictus Games and support veterans, the source added.
Of course.
The royals have always been hugely supportive of Invictus and proud of what Harry has achieved in that arena. Of course they have, just not in his personal choices. This is one olive branch from him which might be reciprocated, they added. Nope, not going to happen.
No.
The end of the next Invictus Games, set for July 17th, 2027, coincides with the 80th birthday of Queen Camilla.
What are the odds?
Oh, so I was wrong. It was Queen Camilla's birthday.
Yes.
I apologize, guys. I said Her Majesty the Queen. It is Queen Camilla's birthday, and they thought, let's put the same day on, we do Invictus.
That's a big birthday, 80.
The Duke of Sussex's office had no comment.
Of course they had no comment because it's People magazine and they are the ones planting the story. So what People magazine just wants us to know is that, the king does not want to see Harry. It's the king's fault. It's the royal family's fault. Look how much Prince Harry is trying and extending that olive branch.
Yeah.
But no, shunned away.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, People, for another expose.
Well, it'll be nice because this Invictus Games, we won't have to see Meghan.
Thank you.
I mean, it's going to
Lord.
be kind of nice.
Yeah.
I'm into this. I'm a little into this now. Oh my God, guys. I found the funniest, best article about Meghan's apricot spread. I remember when the raspberry jam first came out, and there was an article that a woman was talking about how she doesn't do it right, and This one's even better. I saw this one on page 6 on my X page, and look how nice that lady looks. Now, I would buy apricot jam from that lady.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. Meghan Markle's runny apricot spread slammed by jam expert Donna Collins. There's no excuse for this. I can't wait to see what she says. Jam guru Donna Collins savagely slammed Meghan Markle's as ever apricot spread after it quickly sold out online. It's a real disappointment that Meghan is selling a fruit spread, which is what you make when your jam fails.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. The Jelly Queen's owner said, okay, so this is reputable. This woman knows what she's doing. In the jam industry, a spread is what we call something that didn't work.
Oh,
That's what I thought too.
it's like a casserole when you're trying to like make something and then you're just like, darn it, it didn't come out the right consistency. I'm just going to put everything into this baking pan and put it in the oven. Oh, a casserole.
Look at that casserole.
Whoa.
It can have the best ingredients, but if I had a jam that was too runny, I'd slap a label on it and call it a spread. There's no excuse for this. It should be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Collins also called out Markle's use of conventionally grown apricots, which will have used pesticides. I was thinking about that because remember Grandpa Kiki in his yard?
Mm-hmm.
He would grow apricots and they always had bugs on them because he
Yeah.
didn't use pesticides. And I
Yeah.
think maybe that's why I didn't like apricots, because I was like, bugs. But you know, he would get to the good ones at first, but I remember it would like drove me nuts. He had peaches too.
Mm-hmm. He had fava beans.
Yeah. Grandpa Kiki. And why is she using pectin, which is a gelling agent?
Ugh.
Unless it's because her spread was too runny. Most spreads don't use pectin, the MasterChef alum concluded. Meghan Markle's spread, which was released on Friday in an individual jar, oh God, $9.
$9.
And keepsake packaging, 14,
Jeez.
sold out in minutes.
Allegedly.
Collins, however, suggested that Markle's success was due to her only making a small batch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who's making her spread, but we all know it's not Meghan, she alleged. It sounds like they really don't know what they're doing.
Well, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah.
You know, when the experts start coming out and schooling Meghan on jam, it's that's where you really have to take pause there, Meghan, and start realizing maybe you're doing something wrong here.
Different life choices.
Yeah.
We told you that we were going to take clips from the Netflix series, the first one they did, the documentary, and start picking it apart again.
Because the first time you'll watch it late, maybe you're having a glass of wine, some popcorn with your sister, you know, you don't really, it doesn't register.
Yeah.
But now years later, you're kind of watching them again and going, what the hell?
I remember because it must have come out during the holidays because we did our recap show. It was like an hour-long recap show and we were in front of the tree. Yeah, so probably. I remember doing it and it was pretty thorough, but we need to look back on it.
Did Harry and Meghan think this was their gift to us?
Maybe.
For Christmas?
Oh, God.
Here you go, guys, wrapped in a bow.
Thanks for nothing. So what I want to talk about is Ashley, because this is all allegedly, but I really do suspect that Betty and Ashley might have the same DNA, allegedly. Now, this is all allegedly, but Betty has fair skin, just like Ashley, allegedly. That's all I'm going to say.
Put through quite a bit by the media, just by association. I didn't want her life to be plagued with all that drama.
When was her life plagued with media?
Guys, can you find one news source
when was
that talked
Ashley?
About Ashley? When the news started talking about Samantha Markle, because Samantha started talking to news sources, when did you ever hear Ashley's name come up once?
I didn't even know she had a daughter.
Somebody find that for me. If it's out there, because it should be out there. Meghan's saying it. So it should be true.
After the news first broke.
Yeah, okay. There was a lot of crap going on because Samantha was talking to everybody. And
yes, we knew Samantha. We saw Samantha.
Samantha pretty quickly began
expressing a lot of angry words about Meg towards me. What was communicated to me was
Okay, so that was all behind closed doors.
Okay.
Okay, so Samantha said really mean things about Meghan
That
to
were
me.
probably true.
To me, behind closed doors. Nothing was in the media, right? Okay.
maybe some resentment. And it felt like no matter what I said, her perspective didn't change and seemed to get angrier and bigger.
Do you remember hearing about Ashley?
Nope.
In a negative light, in a positive light, in any kind of light?
No, not once.
Wow. So this was just all behind closed doors.
Yes, somehow it didn't get into the media, but
Didn't
Meghan thought
leak?
it got into the media.
Right. Look at how strong the Markle gene is. That looks just like Meghan Markle. Wow.
That's creepy.
I mean, it's not creepy, but it's just like she denies that side of her family so much, but she looks exactly like
It
them.
looks like Archie too.
Wow, that Markle gene.
Wow. Once Betty gets monetized, I think it's going to be really important to take this picture and put it up against Betty. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to look the same. They're going to look very similar to Thomas Markle Jr. and this picture. I guarantee it.
Close bond with Samantha's daughter Ashley Hale, who appears in the docuseries. Raised by her paternal grandparents, Ashley and Meghan forged a friendship after Samantha reconnected with her daughter in 2007 and Thomas Markle gave Meghan Ashley's email address. There's a sister element, there's something maternal, Ashley says of Meghan. She's a best friend, she's kind of all the things. And after Samantha began speaking out against Meghan in the press, Ashley stopped talking to her mother. Which is what made the decision to not invite Ashley to her 2018 wedding painful for Meghan. Explaining that they shared a small communications team with William and Kate, Meghan says that the guidance at the time was to not to have her niece at their nuptials because, as she recalled they put it, how do we explain that this half-sister isn't invited to the wedding, but that the half-sister's daughter is?
So Meghan goes to Ashley, who is like her sister, who
Best
is like
buds.
BFFs. They are so close. She goes to her and she goes, "Look, Ashley, you cannot go to my fairy tale wedding.
Why can't I go?
You can't go, even though Oprah's going and the Clooneys are going and all these other people are going that I don't know. It's just, if you go, somehow people are going to figure out that you're Samantha's daughter. People haven't figured it out so far, but they might. So I can't have you going to my wedding."
Okay.
That to me doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because again, we did not put the two and two together. That was her niece.
She has Jessica as her maid of honor, but she didn't have Ashley.
We didn't know who Jessica was.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's like
she
Meghan-
only had these huge powerhouse people going, like Serena Williams and George Clooney, Amal, people we didn't even know knew Meghan Markle at the time. She had the whole Suits cast go, but not her niece.
You don't think that Ashley could have blended in?
Oh yeah.
Nobody was like, Daily Mail there going, "Oh, and so-and-so's here now. And
Ooh,
so-and-so's
we gotta
here.
write this.
Oh my gosh, it was family.
Yeah.
Invite family, Meghan. So the whole thing is a little sus for me. It's always been a little sus. It was sus back then when we first met Ashley, because we didn't know about her until the Netflix interview.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick to my theory, allegedly, that Betty and Ashley, there is more to these two than meets the eye.
Are you? Yes.
That's my theory, and I'm going to stick to it until I'm proven wrong.
If anybody wants to blame anyone for bringing Ashley into the public eye, that person to blame is Meghan. It's on you, Meghan.
We would have never known who she was.
No clue.
And how come we haven't seen her since?
Yeah,
That's creepy.
I'm always expecting to see her on an Instagram post.
Yeah.
National Nieces Day.
No.
National Sisters Day.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Serena Williams on her page, though.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
that. Today's animal rescue is Wilma's dog, also known as Mr. K's Pet Shelter. They are a halfway house and they move animals in and out of a shelter and they rehome them. They put them in foster care. They are constantly pulling cats and dogs out of death row situations. We're going to put their link in the description box below. Please share them with friends and family. Give them some love if you can. It really does make a difference. We're also going to put the link for Stacey Hope Rescue. They are trying to build a sanctuary. Please, please, please share it with friends and family. Let's get that out there so they can hit their goal. Hopefully by the end of the year. That would just be fantastic.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.